Good day.
You're with the Scholia Arcana, are you not? I'm so very... I know what I wrote was vague. At first, I didn't know what I was dealing with. It's just... Shardfall. Shardfall is a cave to the west and north. It's a good place to harvest. The place always has a bit of a chill, but recently the cave became cold. Many days past, my assistant, Donald Cutty, delved into the cave to collect samples. He never returned. I tried to find my assistant, but I failed. The cold of the cave is too great. That's why I've been devising a talisman to stay warm. The work is almost complete. If you're willing to aid me, perhaps we can solve this mystery. After I failed to make it deeper into Shardfall than just a few steps, I put up a barrier. No need to have some poor fool stumble in there by mistake. The barrier will let you through if you have an amulet that can keep you warm. Like one made from a Barghest's heart. A Paragon Barghest, that'll do. I've heard of one ranging north of Amalur. If you can kill it, fetch me its heart, and I will be able to complete my pendant. I need the heart of a Paragon Barghest. Kill one, harvest its heart, and return it to... You're the greatest mages in the land. To be honest, I'm surprised anyone answered my request for help. Donald Cutty, my assistant. He's a bright lad, and has never taken this long to return. From the cave. I'll be here. Of a Paragon Barghest. Incredibly tough. There, take it. You're better suited to plumbing the depths of Shardfall than I. Years ago, I read a treatise from Savant Hadris Llewellyn. All I really know is something dark is happening within. Be cautious. I'll be here.
wondered when you would find me. Almost enough to make you... The woman I wore last time we danced wasn't as strong as... Perhaps I flatter myself to think I might offer a better challenge now. Oh, how delightful you are. Such youth, such naivete. One day, perhaps I'll do just that. For now, this body has served its purpose. Let's see if you've learned any new tricks since... Don't disappoint me.
Do not miss Leogriff's many marvels.
The Elune speaks. The Oberkant governs.
City watch.
Greetings.
Good day.
Ah, there you are. So you are the new initiate that has everyone talking. I heard how indispensable you were in stopping that. I am Erin Methneen. Savant Engar suggested that I congratulate you. Additionally, he requested that you meet him atop the mountain of Skycrown to the south. Good luck! Shouldn't you be making your way to Skycrown?
Artan Cade is an expert at dispelling. In the Rathia chat, speak to Siobhan Reen if you're in need of a healer. Speak to Pel Grandy or Will Donnell if you're looking for supplies. I hear that Telemarcus Rasp has been Idris Theonin has been managing the Scholia Arcana. Someday I hope to administer a trial of initiation. Such an Frankly, I don't know why they don't train us all to be. Frankly, I don't know why they don't train us all to be war mages. Be useful.
Shouldn't you be making your way to Skycrown? Shouldn't you be making your way to Skycrown?
Joram Quintus of the Issa chapter. Always Joram Quintus of the Issa chapter. Speak to Pel Grandy or Will Donald.
Rain and Yorn can teach sagecraft. Arton Cade is an expert at Joram Quintus. Idris Theonin has been managing the Scholia.
Ah, welcome to the Scholia Arcana, young one. Few sorcerers possess the aptitude or the fabled Irathi ruin that they say rogue sorcerers, foul worship. Quite a stranger, Caddoc Reen. Never really got to know. Ah, the great Nuala Ignis. She was something of a a city of splendors. Rathia has stood for centuries. Through famine, adept fell. Saving her life was good form. Most would tell you that the Scholia Arcana is and that is true. In time, you will learn what I mean. I have interested in a bit of sage crafting, or if dispelling is your preference, try to find Artan Cade about. You're always welcome.
Come to learn about dispelling. Wards can be a tricky thing if you don't know how to handle them. I am but a humble practitioner of the arts of dispel. The Rathia chapter certainly manages to provide the resources we need. It is rather alarming, it seems, that more mages know how to create wards than undo them. Another time. Dispelling is a skill that all adventurers, Scholia Arcana or no, should take to heart. Another time.
If you're on any assignment for the Order, I would make sure. Worked here my whole life. I provide all members of the Scholia Arcana, largest city on the continent. At least, it was one. Before the gnomes refused to quit adding to it. Come again!
to Lamarcus Rasp. Someday I hope to administer Idris Theonin. Rain and Yorn can teach...
Speak to Pelgrandi. Frankly, I don't know why they don't train us all. Artan Cade is an Savant Engar is quite... Idris Theonin has been managing the Scholia Arcana. Rain and Yorn can teach Satan. Rain and Yorn can teach... The Issa chapter is focused... Artan Cade is an Speak to Siobhan Reen if you're in need of a healer while in the Rathia chapter.
Well, I'm done with my formal lecture, but I am always happy to discuss the art of... There is much that goes into the study of sagecrafting. Magic is more powerful than it ever has been. Oh dear, it seems that I've had my symposium scheduled at the same time as Earth and... Until next time! I'm sorry, but the symposium on the effects of mana sublimation in sagecrafting ended some time ago. Might I attend to your studies?
Speak to Siobhan Reen if you're in need of a healer.
As teachers go, Master Telemarcus Rasp is... Savant Engar is quite the accomplished war mage, if you can believe it. Savant Engar is quite the accomplished war mage, if you can believe it.
Speak to Siobhan Reen if you're in need of a healer while in the Rathia
If you've come for the lecture on spellbinding, then you're running a wonderful institution, if only for a... Oh! Well, not many care to I have no idea why the chapter continues to farewell.
Good day. Let's see. If I change the motion to more a twist, then will this... Let's see. If I speak to Pelgrandi or Raina Nyorn, Idris Theonin has been managing the story.
I have many things I wish to attend to, but I can always make time if... Many years ago I joined this hallowed order. Ethan Engar recognized my potential even then. I've been happily blowing my eyebrows off ever since. The great city of the Alfar has never fallen, and never will. I can think of no greater mystery than what it must have been like for the first alchemists to sample the potions they made. You can find me here. I have many things I wish to attend to, but I can always make time if there's a matter you wish to discuss. Try not to explode yourself.
Hello. Good evening. Good evening.
Joram Quintus of the Issa chapter, always as a wife.
Savant Engar is quite the accomplished... Rain and Yorn can teach...
Idris, someday I hope to administer.
The maid who hesitates is lost.
Welcome. Please join us. Some part of the training involves sending initiates to Gloam Thicket. Now that I think of it,
I believe you're overdue for some field research. Like I said, it's in the Akatha. Given the dangerous things. I suggest fireballs to the head repeatedly. Find the Banshin priestess that's killing our initiates, and put it down. Magic is reaching all races. If we do not know what... I oversee the training of initiates here in the Rathir chapter. Defensive work, mostly. To protect themselves while doing research or going on expeditions. There are a number of advantages to basing ourselves in Rathir, and we receive special patronage from the Orbicant. It's nestled in the flooded plains of Akatha. Never used to be... Speak to Pel Granny or Will Donald.
Joram Quintus of the Eastern chapter always has a wide stock of gems and shards. Greetings. Savant Engar is quite the...
Good evening. Speak to Pel Grandy or Will Donald if you're looking for supplies.
Good evening. Someday I hope to administer a...
I've heard rumors. Something's happening.
Greetings. Speak to Siobhan. Speak to Pel Grandy or Will Donald if you're looking for supplies.
Nice to be out, I expect. I hear the fieldwork, a collection of smarter people, I'm sure. Grew up in Rathir. Always had a head for... Spent my life growing up around the dock. Farewell.
Someday I hope to administer a trial. Good evening. I hear that Telemarket. Someday I hope to administer...
Someday I hope to... Idris Theonin has been managing... I hear he has a special lesson for those that are...
Greetings! I mean, it's a pleasure. The Order. It's one of the most respected orders in the... You're never too old to learn something. That's what I always say. I hear there's more tutelage that goes on here at the Rathir chapter. Be seeing you.
I hear that Telemachus Rasp has been invested. Speak to Pel Grandy or Will... I've heard rumors. Someday I hope to administer a trial of...
Artan Cade is an... Joram Quintus. I've heard rumor. Raina Nyorn can teach sagecrafting to anyone. She spends most of her time... Artan Cade is an as teachers go, Savant Engar is quite the accomplished war mage, if you can believe it. The Issa chapter is focused more on... I've heard rumors. Something's happening to the Savant... High-ranking members of the Scholia. These are dark times. Go, Artan Cade is an expert at dispelling in the Rathir chapter.
You are seeking healing? Let me see what I can do. I came to the Order years ago, eager to learn how I joined the Order to become a battle mage, but I quickly learned the horrors of such I've lived in Rathir my whole life. This is the heart of the Alfar, the center of the world.
Healing is a discipline that not many choose to pursue here. But it involves mastery of Healing is a discipline that but it involves mastery of spellcraft, alchemy, and anatomy. Many simply... If you need me again, I'll be here.
Let's see. If I change the motion to more a twist, then will the spell be redoubled?
Joram Quintus of the Issa chapter. Always a... I hear that Telemachus Ra, Idris the Onin, has been managing the Scholia Arcana library. Here's a special lesson for those that are curious.
Speak to Pelgrandi or Will Donnell if you're looking for supplies.
I hear that Telemachus Rasp has been investigating reports of missing Indisha.
The Issa chapter is focused. I've heard rumors. Something's... Savants and high-ranking members of the Scholia. These are dark times.
Joram Quintus of the Issa chapter always has a wide...
Greetings. I mean, it's a pleasure to, I can't believe I lost those notes.
You are seeking healing? Let me see what I can do. Come anytime.
Greetings.
Greetings. Idris the Onin has been managing the Scholia Arcana libraries for... Joram Quintus of the Issa. Raina Nyorn can teach sage crafting to anyone. Only the delving hall.
Are you here for the evaluation? I've already administered the written copies. This will have... Members of all ranks, regardless of their skill, must all... I understand your studies with us are a unique... So take this book, read it, and understand what it means to be part of our order. This is the Omnibus Arcana. It is a magical text that... It is also imbued with a certain form of intelligence. Follow its direction. The test begins in the courtyard. From there, you're on your own. Were it so easy to summarize an institution like the Scholia Arcana in a few short words, this is an introductory text given to all first-year students. I oversee the library in the Rathir chapter. The Rathir chapter has some of the finest collections of Goodbye, then.
Yes? If you have any questions about the collection, then Idris Theonen is the one you should speak. Studying magic is one thing, but it should be done. I love the campus, but there's too many people who'd rather. You have the passion for craft as well? Shame that I have no skill with it myself. There, be off then.
Artan Cade is an expert at
I hear that Telemachus Rasp has been investigating reports of missing initiates.
The Isar chapter is... Frankly, I don't know why they don't train us all to be war mages. Be useful in these times.
Raina Nyorn can teach sagecrafting to anyone. She spends most of her time in the Delving Hall.
Artan Cade is an expert. Speak to Pel Grandy or Will Donald if you're looking for supplies.
Idris Theonen. The Issa chapter is focused more on researching the magics of the Fae. The Rathia chapter is the true heart of the Scholia.
Come to have a look at our library, haven't you? Been a pleasure.
Idris Theonen has been managing the Scholia Arcana library for centuries.
Raina Nyorn can teach sagecrafting to anyone. She spends most of her time in the Delving Hall.
Before you lies the Scholia Arcana. All are welcome upon our ground. 600 years of magical scholarship and training. Did you know this spire rock was only when Jotun marauders threatened the Twilly? Every mortal who shows promise in the art is welcome among us. The Almain and Varani, of course. And still, no one knows what kindled this sleep.
This here's the Orbicont. This here is the Orbicont.
You are of our kind, but not of Rathia, no. For you've been very long away. I am Eland Karth. They have delved earthward, where we have lifted high. The deeper they dig, the higher we will rise. I am the Eland, Morphin Karth, and the voice of the Orbicont. Those who watch and govern Rathia, they say only I am known. The Eland, their voice. The city of walls is lost to us, and we can afford no more troops for them. Better to muster our forces to... Rathia has taken in half of Mel Senshia's population as refugees. I realize they long for their home, but they need to accept a painful fact. Rathia is their only home now. Mel Senshia... Do not speak to me of the war. I am the voice of Rathia, not a general or a fate weaver.
The Watch sees all in Rathia. The army keeps Lord in the burn. Wouldn't want to be caught cutting purses there.
It's a nightmare, it is. There's no consoling her. My lady's beside herself. The healers say bad blood, but my lady swears it's poison. He's Well, it's hard to say. The healers, I know. You'll find my lady in the house, by poor Melian's side, most likely. Here, in House Anwan. She spends most of her time by poor young... Oh, my masters aren't like some up spire top. Just there are but 2 left of Anwan blood. 1 soon enough if young Master Malian does not mend. Poor boy, he sleeps and tosses and turns. My poor lady. What grief she... Her son Malian is all that's left to her, and the only seed of House... The young master's sickness, yes. He's the last one living, what with the... Do help my lady if you can.
The army keeps Lord in the burn. Wouldn't want... The army keeps Lord in the burn. Citizen. The army keeps Lord in the burn. Wouldn't want to be caught. Move along! The army keeps...
Orbicont Hole.
Fetch this, clean that, never a moment's rest. Never work for House Anwan. You may not smile or talk or be seen at the sea foam. The gold old Ebsel gifts spent banqueting would sink a warship. But then we servants got our share. Milady will be sore if I'm not swift with the gold old Ebsel gifts spent banqueting. Milady will be sore. Never work for House Anwan. You may not smile or talk or be seen at the sea foam. Lyria forbid the lady finds you at her wine.
The army keeps Lord in the burn. Wouldn't want to be caught cutting purses there.
I am the governess of Miss Wyvern Giff. It is my duty to... I will confess, there are days I yearn for... We are a people of subtle speech and hidden hand. A topic that interests you? Would you like... I do not blame her. Were her parents more persuasive themselves, such willfulness would have been so long.
Did my parents send you? Are you some sort of new instructor? I know what they want. They want to marry me to some snotty, spoiled son of another great house. Then I can become Maywin Wyvern. Suppose it's nice enough, but then I wouldn't know. I have nothing to... I don't know which is worse. The snotty wyverns or the fool... You're not an instructor? I thought they've had Majessa here for almost a year now. She does always get me to attend to her lesson.
The army keeps Lord in the burn. The army keeps Lord in the burn. Wouldn't want to be caught cutting purses there.
Come, be at ease. Wyvern Gif are not so... She actually seems to believe Rathir should defend itself. I'm truly sorry that her son is ill. But would she... She is as great a beauty as I was, though without as sweet a temper. Still, she may make as good a match in the end. I get so angry when I hear people speak against Rathir. It is a disgrace to us all, and before the eyes of our Losafar. If it were the custom to take your husband's name, I might have been... It caused enough of a stir that my husband added his name in front of Gif. The great families, most of all, must show their support. I ask you, was there ever any doubt what this... There are 10 great houses that flank the spires, so do not listen to any idle rumors. I bear no...
It's always good to see visitors here at Spire Top. The Orbocant is our ruling council. Its members are shrouded except the Elund, who speaks for them. I'm a spiritual man myself and visit the temple gardens daily. The high priest... Atop the spire, you will also find the Scholia Arcana, I'm a spiritual man myself and visit the temple gardens daily. You mean the song of my heart? She's the sweetest thing. You are a student there yourself, are you not? You must forgive my Lady Tan. You see, some of the great houses have been slower to accept her than basic civility to... Very good, then.
The army keeps Lord in the burn. Wouldn't want to be caught cutting.
Good evening, my lady.
Hello.
Welcome to our temple. I am a daughter of Lyria. My station is to look after the relics sacred to our order. When the war first came, we sent one out to every strong. This served two purposes. It brought faith and strength to our soldiers there. We have announced a gold reward for their return, but sadly, none have yet come back to us. Please do. There are at least 6 that I know of, sent to the major strongholds. Bring any you find to me. Lyria rewards those in her favor. More than one! Oh, truly, Lyria's fortune shines upon you. Take this as a token of her gratitude. They were primarily sent to the strongholds of the plains of... All are welcome here to pray, to reflect and find peace. If you seek fate, Priestess Saranen oversees the temple. She will weave your fate if you ask, or lead you on the sacred ritual It has left so many scars on our city, our souls, and the land... It was long ago. The second burning came when the Tuatha broke through our defenses. They set us... The great Alfar strongholds of Arethel are Dolve Arn, Verki, Rithen. So long. Lyria smile on you. So long.
So many of our young men and women lost. So many of our... The day the gifts wed themselves to House Wyvern.
Praying in our temple, every morning, fresh souled. So many of our young men and women lost to this war.
Sisters and brothers of Lyria, do you seek fate weaving? If you've come seeking prayer and... Do you seek fate weaving? If you've come seeking prayer...
Sisters and brothers of Lyria.
If you've come seeking prayer and sanctuary... If you've come seeking... Do you seek fate weaving?
If you've come seeking prayer and sanctuary...
Do you seek fate weaving? Do you seek fate weaving? See Priestess Saranen.
Sisters and brothers of... If you've come seeking prayer and sanctuary, you are welcome here.
All who love Lyria should seek the... Enter.
Tell me, what brings you to this sacred place? For prayer? For where were you raised, child, that you do not know this? It is 3 tasks, performed in devotion. You began when you entered this temple. The first task is the sojourn. Have this. With it, travel to the 3 springs blessed by Priestess Tyrion on her sojourn from the north. Fill the... One is just outside Rathia. A second in Lower Galafor. The third, bring the amphora I gave you to each of the 3 sacred springs. They are just north of Rathia. It was High Priestess Tyrion who led our people from Glen Sutton. It was she who found There is something peculiar about you. The threat... I had heard rumors, but never thought... Well, it is good to meet you. You have drawn Lyria's attention. It is said that our goddess is the goddess of magic. But by so being, this temple was founded by Bayala Tyrion herself, mother and prophetess of our people. When you are done, return to me.
The temple is Lyria's, the garden, Lunala's.
Welcome to our temple. The goddess of magic, fate, but Lyria is concerned with what is, and what can truly change. Goodbye.
Mind your step.
My lady will be sore. My lady will be sore if I'm not swift with my work.
My son Malian is gravely ill. The healers say if I were younger, I'd go and find the Lepidus myself and prove them wrong. Bring my son this wild plant, and I will see you richly rewarded. There's only one place that I know of, the Acathan wetlands. You must search for it there, the wetlands of Acatha. Find it. Our line is ancient. However, if my son Malian is not cured, we shall She is lost in the wilderness. She searches, one would imagine, a Losalfar general to use a bit more. His father died in the Battle of Gallifar Plain. His sisters in Cluricon. He is all I have left, and he is slipping. It was early in the war, and until that time we had known only defeat. It is an herb with natural properties. However, it can relieve the symptoms for a time. Malian will still need an antidote before the wyverns were of respected and deep. Then the merchant's gift bought House Wyvern, much to our surprise. So Tanra Gif has been spreading more, but I fear for the sovereignty of Rathir. The army under brutal and heavy-handed approaches to a complicated problem. More sophisticated. The healers name it as an affliction of the blood, but Anwan blood has bent. Be wary. I have sent servants before you who did not return.
It's a nightmare, it is.
Keep the peace.
Every morning, fresh soldiers board warships on the burn. Every night, are carried from the ships. They say old Abagast, who lives by the quays, heard rumors of the duel. Every morning, fresh soldiers board. So many of our young men and women.
A pleasure. Forsted of Forsted traders. Pleased to make your acquaintance. We don't pretend to the great houses, unlike certain families I might mention. When you look about, you see a city of grace and magic. But you wish for a gnomish-spun suite, or a rare fey blade. Don't you know? The Anwans are an ancient line. The Wyvern gifts, on the other hand. No one has anything to say against the Wyverns. But good day.
Stand aside.
So many of our young men and women lost to this war.
A pleasure, I'm sure.
Every morning, fresh soldiers board warships and...
City Watch, move along.
your step.
Truth be told, I never know how to arrange the magic section. Hire an aspiring Scholia Arcana student for it. That's what I ought to do. Fare thee well.
Oh, there's no use. I've lost the keys. Say, you're not good with locks, are you? Would you help a poor fellow? Yes, as in, no need for keys. Ace with a lockpick. Gwalchme, the chest it's in. That is, yes. Oh, now don't worry. Nothing in the storeroom's seen the light of day in years. No one will mind if you pick a few locks before you find it. The Chamber of Trade's on the way to the keys, and the storeroom's off one of the wings. Just pick any lock down there till you find the old... Me, Gwalchme calls me lad whenever he wants me. And the others call me hardly anything at... Well, he's a good enough master, all in all. Sees to it I earn every coin of my wages, though. With all these people walking around, you'd figure someone would help me after I lost my... Gets these ideas into his head. Needs this old... Something to do with a deal he is or isn't striking with that Karasta trader. Oh, the things they say about that Lanshi. That she talked a and another time sold some Varani fool his own silk for twice as much. After cutting it to ribbon, Chamber of Trade basement. Just head toward the keys. Oh, and have these. That should help. Oh, a goner is what I am. Come on, Will, think! Where could they be?
Do not...
All who love Lyria should seek the Orzin at the temple. It's like nothing else I've known.
Every serious student shops at Leogriff's. A pleasure, I assure you. I've been supplying scholars those rare and potent marvels unavailable within their... To be honest, I never actually passed the initiation trials. An oversight, Lyria's city. Magic runs through its veins, echoes in it. Magic's mistress and goddess of fate, which is not but magic's deepest weave, after all. So long.
Fish fresh from the morning catch. Fish fresh from the morning catch.
Lyria, anything. Everything is bought and sold in the...
They say old app every morning. Fresh sold.
The army keeps lowering the burn.
Wouldn't the last warship sailed yesterday? Trumpets blazed in search of a game of hexes. Varani men have such anything. They say old Abagast.
Fresh fish from the The war. The war is good for business and back.
They say old Abagast, who lives by the keys, is... All who love Lyria should seek the... So many...
They say old Abagast. Are you from here? I mean, you seem well-traveled. I'm not from here. Oh, Varen's a silly old oaf. He's always... I've seen one of the waitresses giving him the eye, too. Though he pretends... Surely you've heard of it. Full of stuffy old mages and strange books, and the rooms Varen... The tavern by the quays. You'll find as many Varani sailors there as full Rathiri. I don't even know where to start. There's so... And the quays and the burn and the upper city, where my brother's school is. Some merchants sell pails of fish or bolts of... I spent 3 whole days in the bookstore, and then I smelled every herb and powder at Rawani's. Pride of predict... That's where the poor in the city live. A bit of it's overground, but the rest's in the lower tunnel. Oh, if you haven't been, you must go. It's always nighttime in the gardens, and so peaceful. The northern piers are called the Keys, where only warships dock at the burn, and it's all soldiers there. What with the officers' hall, though the healer's there too. See you later.
30 then.
They say old Arbogast, who lives by the Keys, is rich as a gift and never goes out of his house. Anything, everything is bought and sold in the Pryderi market.
Do not miss Leogriff's many marvels. Every serious student shops at Leogriff's. Go forth, live boldly, then return to me.
Hello. What's me's goods? Tell me, what do you need? Good.
Anything, everything is bought and sold in
The only warship heard rumors of the duel. The drunkard and the last warship sailed.
The army keeps Lord...
As the head of an eminent merchant family, I have little time for pleasures. Very well then.
So many of our young men and women.
I make daily rounds, you see, to learn what's... We don't pretend to the great houses, unlike certain families. When you look about, you see a city of grace and magic. You wish for a gnomish spun suite, or don't you know? The wyvern gifts, on the other hand. Very well.
Greetings.
Lyria, light your way.
Years. This siege has gone on too long. Looking for gems or shards? I can't tell if he's lazy or clever, but he gets away with so much for his age. Goodbye.
Only warships dock at the burn.
Let's find gold over market. Over common sense.
Hello?
So many of our young men.
A few days and I'll be at my seen things. Look, this damn city's got too many... This damn city's got too many rules.
You look capable. Stone in the brow, proud. You'll do it, won't you? You've got to do better than the last fellow. There's pay, notices of duty, to denizens of Rathia selected to serve. I'll give you a list of names, and you get each of them to accept their card. Easy as that. Well, take these cards, deliver them to Runir Westnon, Maywin Wyvern Gif, Afen, all can be found in Rathia, and I can be found in the officers' hall on the burn when you're finished. The names are Runir Westnon, Maywin Wyvern Gif. I'm the chief of recruitment, and don't think I've got time to go around handing out notes. You can't fight a war without soldiers. Citizens of Rathia are selected on... well, the process is secret. We're in Rathia. This is the war effort. You've got to be organized, and everyone's got to pitch in. Went and broke his little leg. Oh, Lunala's tears. Now, be on your way.
In search of a game of hexes, you want pests in the lower tunnels.
Anything, everything is bought and sold in the dairy market.
The watch sees all.
All who love Lyria should seek the Orasan at the temple.
If you've things to kill, I've got things to sell. Good enough an apprentice, though he's wanting some courage. Still, I pity.
Before the war, the people of Rathia were filled with hope. With joy. Most of them, anyway.
Come see me again.
The last warship sailed yesterday. Trumpets blazing and all those soldiers on deck.
The army keeps Lord in the burn. Wouldn't want to be caught.
Just listen to the two of them. Husband...
Shields, plate, and gauntlets. Take your pick.
So long. Welchmaze is just too... Heard rumors of the duel.
That will be
the trump and the hero.
So many new faces in the market.
Move along, citizen.
Stay dry, Captain. Docked in Rathia today. All we haul are these Alfar women. These Alfar. Docked in Rathia today. A drink.
These Alfar women. Docked in Rathia today. A drink? Some cheer?
Docked in Rathia today.
That garden in the temple spire top. It's always night. Got to see it with your own eyes.
These Alfar women, bewitching as
These days.
All your papers in order, then? Well, you'll need those to move your cargo. Why, the tavern around the corner. Always good cheer there, when an island is not an island. More crates of goods, soldiers' feet. Where they come from, I don't know. But they come on boats. All trade in and out of Rathia must pass through customs. There's a form for port of entry. 3 for the... Oh, so many forms. They just keep piling up. Then I get them muddled. Step outside and turn northwest. Those docks... back to these papers here.
That garden in the temple is nice. Good day, friend. That garden in the temple. Spire top.
That garden in the temple. Spire top.
That garden in the temple spire top. It's always night.
docked in Rathia today. A drink, some cheer, a hot meal, then on the waves tomorrow morn.
Stand aside.
Port today, see tomorrow.
33.5.
Move along.
Are you a trader? A captain? What? I was born and raised there. My father was something of a... I am in fact aware that I am if you must know, Odessa and I did not suit. Have you any notion the sum total of I know the profit and cost to the city, the average writ. You're standing in it. Or hadn't you noticed? The tally was this... $33.5.
City watch. Move along.
All we haul ashore must pass the Chamber of Trade. Bribes won't do you a bit of good either.
Not a finer city in Amalur.
don't know if I'll ever take on another apprentice. Not after Karth. Farewell.
Move along!
Mind your step.